So why is that? Why do a lot of the older guys end up penniless and feel like they got robbed
Like I
by
told you,
promoters?
these guys don't have good people with them to start with. Nobody to direct them, nobody to help them, to invest for them, to help them on their way. They're by themselves, and it could be them too. It could be they're not real good with people. Then they chase everybody. That wants to help them. I don't know. I really don't know how that happens. I feel bad for them. There should be some type of agency for boxing for retired boxers. We have nothing. Football has it. Basketball has it. Baseball has it. We have nothing.
Do you think it'll be an easy task to unionize boxers?
Unionize them? No. That's almost an impossibility.
Okay.
I don't think, sure, guys are going to love it. The guys that are at the bottom are going to love it. We unionize. What does that mean? I'm going to get more money? That's all they're looking for. The name of the game is how much can I make? How much can I get,
Yeah. It should be a fun or something because there are a lot of ex-champions that are going broke and are sick.
Are sick and can't get any medication or any kind of medical attention because they don't have money and they're afraid to go to a hospital or a doctor because they can't afford it. That's what I'm not saying they should get a fund where you pay them a stipend because they were boxers. Mm-hmm. No. Yeah, did they entertain the people? Sure they did. They were out there. They put their lives on the line to entertain people. Sure they did. Did they invest their money wisely? No, they didn't. Is it their fault? Yes, it is. But in the meantime, nobody should be without health care that did something like that entertained people for a living, and then now they're broke and they're old and they're sick and they can't get medical attention. That I don't feel is right. Everybody should have a good, especially anybody in sports should have good medical attention when it's needed.
What did you think about John Tate when you heard about his situation?
I was really down and out about it. John was a good guy. We fought. He beat me, but he was a good kid. It was a good kid. I mean, he won the title. I mean, the bottom line is he won the title. But again, no good people around him. He blew up to 360 pounds. Why would somebody at 370 pounds? Who would allow that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, family. Why would family allow him to get that big? I mean, your heart can't work on that kind of weight. And you're pumping 370-pound guy, your heart's killing itself to pump blood to get to all that whole body. So it's not. It just makes no sense to me. Why wouldn't they? Unless he had money and they wanted him to get big and go. I don't know. I just don't know what the situation was. He was a great guy. What happened to him is a real shame. Again, a guy down on his luck after he fought and he entertained the minions, but had nobody to talk to him, no doctor. You got to stop this. You're gonna die. You got to stop this. Stop eating with a shovel. Eat with a fork. You got to do push-aways. What's that mean? Push away from the table.
What lesson is there to be learned for young fighters?
You got to pick a good team. Teams are important. You got to have a manager. You got to have a trainer. You got to have a strength and conditioning trainer. Everything you got to have different trainers, but you have to trust them. You have to know that they're doing right by you. You have to believe in them, and they have to be right by you. They have to do the right thing. If you get a good team, you can go pretty far.
The night before you fought John Tate, there was a situation. Can you explain that to me? What happened?
A friend of mine I lived in Miami at the time. A friend of mine called me up and said that he had a problem with a couple of guys. And I said, "What's up?" He goes, "They got my wife at a gas station. They cornered her. They're trying to take my wife." And his kid was in the car. He goes, "I need you to come with me." God forbid there's like 3 or 4 of them. So I said, "Okay." I said, "No gunplay, right?" He goes, "No." I said, "Okay, I'm coming." So I got in the car. I went with him. We get there. He jumps out of the car. He runs over, and him and the guy start fighting. They're fighting. And he tells his wife, "Get out of here." So she leaves and goes home. And I made sure she was, able to do that, So the other guy just said, "Stay out of it. I don't want to get involved. You don't want to get involved. It's between them. Let them do what they got to do." So they were fighting. George, my friend's name was George. He started to get the best of the kid. He was hitting him really hard. So I pulled George off, and I go to the guy, stay down, stay down. He jumps up and hits me when I'm looking at George. He hits me. So I turned around and hit him to the body, a natural reaction. I hit him to the body, so he went back down. They didn't know George's name. Nobody knew George, but when they said the big American, so the police came to my house. They asked me what happened. I told them just what I told you. They said, well, we're going to need you. Don't leave town. I said, I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm going to Vegas to fight. They said, oh, you better not leave. I said, what are you, crazy? You know how much money I'm making? I got to go fight tomorrow. Yeah. So they go, well, there's going to be a problem. I said, there's no problem. I just told you what happened, and if you can't believe that, that's on you. I said, I'm leaving. So I left. They had a friend who used to work with them in Miami, Miami Dade Metro. And they called him because he was out in Vegas working out there. And he came to my room and they arrested me. Wow. So I spent the whole night in a cell with 40 guys, with no standing room only. I finally told some guy, get up, and I sat down. But standing room only all night. 15 minutes before the fight, they picked me up. My guys, my team got me out, and I'm in the limo on the way to the Aladdin Hotel. I got changed into my boxing gear and got out and got in the ring. Wow. No sleep, no nothing.
So you stayed up the whole night, were you?
You're in a jail cell with 40 guys screaming. How are you going to sleep?
Yeah.
No standing room only. It's like this.
Oh my goodness!
It was crazy. It was good.
Right in the ring.
I had no choice. I didn't get a chance to warm up. I just got my clothes on, ran in the ring. They were announcing my name. I stepped through the ropes as they were announcing my name.
So you were in the ring cold?
Oh, cold as like a fish. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Were there any thoughts of canceling the fight?
There were. I mean, I was hoping they were going to say that in the car, but they didn't. So I just went. I figured, they must have high hopes for me. So I got out of the ring and I went in. I wasn't even thinking of John Tate. That was the last thing on my mind. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, what am I going to tell my wife? I got arrested. She must be flipping out. And I just didn't know what to do.
So what happened after the fight? What became of the case?
They dropped the charges. And the cop got suspended, the one who arrested me in Vegas.
Yeah, because I feel like that's out of your jurisdiction, out of his jurisdiction.
He had no reason to do nothing. He got a phone call from a friend. He did a friend a favor.
Yeah, how can he make an arrest in Vegas?
They did it. They walked me through the casino in handcuffs.
Wow.
All my team and Lou Duva, Murray Gavey, Angelo Dundee, all those guys were there. Dwayne Simpson were all there. And I walked through the casino. I said, hey, guys. And they looked at me. They go, where are you going? They got me.
Wow. So they knew about the incident.
Oh, they knew right then and there. I didn't tell them about what happened in Miami because it was nothing. It was like, it was a 2-minute thing, Yeah. Helping a friend down. The guy hit me. I hit him back to the body. I didn't even hurt him. He went down because I hit him to the body. Right. And because they didn't know nobody else, and it happened at a gas station, and there was a lot of people watching, they said the big American guy. They came to me.
Did he press charges or?
Did I?
No, him.
No, he didn't. No.
So why'd they even arrest?
I told you, they did it as a favor to the cop because he said to me, tell me what happened. And I wouldn't tell him. I only told him it was a beef between two guys, and a friend of mine was one of them. What's your friend's name? I don't know. I see him at the gym every now and then. I don't know his name. He asked me if I would go with him, that they had his wife cornered. I thought they were going to arrest him too. And he has a wife and kid. Like me, I had twins at the time. Yeah. A boy and a girl. They were my babies.
Man, you are a stand-up guy. You didn't give up his name either.
No, I wouldn't give up his name.
Man, you are a true stand-up guy. You're the kind of guy I like having on my channel.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah, stand-up guys are great. They're the ones that take the beating.
Hey, but
you got to do what you got to do. I mean, I'm all about being right.
It's respectable.
Exactly.
It's respectable.
It's all about respect.
It's definitely respectable.
I mean, my friend, he even called the police station and said it was me that you're looking for, and he was gonna come down.
Oh, that it was him.
Yeah.
So he was gonna
come and come switch places. But the cop told him, we don't need you now.
Wow.
So it was just a scam, just to be a tough guy, because I wouldn't say nothing to him.
Now my question is, did they have money on Tate?
Oh no!
Because it sounds like a sabotage to me.
I don't think so.
Hey, do you know what the spread was? I mean, the odds were?
He was a slight favorite. Yeah, maybe little more, maybe 4-1.
4-1.
Yeah.
So hey, they throw down some action. What do we do? Guarantee the other guy doesn't get any sleep.
Yeah, that was sure. That was for sure.
Did anyone in the cell know who you were?
No. They were all. They were, it was a Friday night, and all the people from the streets were. They fill up the Las Vegas. They fill up those cells. You know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was 40 guys in a cell that handles 8. 40 guys standing up, body to body. You couldn't even breathe. It smelled so bad in there. It was.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do?
And how did you get the seat? You walked over to the guy and said,
I said, "Yo, you got to get up. I need to sit down." He looked at me and went, "Okay."
Just gave it up easy.
Yeah, he was cool. I told him, "I'll give it back to you in a little while. I just need to sit down for a little while. I don't want to." I said, "I'm too wound up right now. I need to sit down and relax."
So when you get in the ring, were you wound up still? Any nerves or?
I had no class. I mean, when the bell rang, I wasn't thinking of him. He wasn't. Well, we were the first 2 rounds. I wasn't even looking at him. You know what I mean? I didn't throw. I don't think I threw a punch. I might have. I don't remember because I wasn't thinking of John Dane. I'm thinking about all the possibilities that was going on in my right now in my life. Yeah. Oh my God, what just happened? Why did they do this? You know, what happened? I was on the phone with my wife in my room when the door knocked at the door, and I thought it was Murray and Murray Gaby and Angelo Dundee and them coming back to the room. Then maybe they forgot something. So I looked for the people. I see guys with guns like this.
Wow, they had them drawn.
So I go, I think you got the wrong room. The guy goes, no. Federal agents, open the door. I opened the door and boom, they come in. They wanted to take me to the casino in my underwear. I said, listen, guys, I don't want to fight. I just want to put on my clothes. I got a running suit right here. Let me put it on. And I put on a jogging suit and I went.
Were they really federal agents though?
I don't know. I never found out. I just left. I mean, they dropped me off. They took me to the jail, so they had to be law enforcement. They took me to the jail and they booked me in, and then I sat there and waited, and then I told you 15 minutes before the fight, I was released, and they rushed to the Aladdin Hotel, and I ran in and jumped in the ring, and that was that.
Wow.
Terrible, because I probably could have got John that day. I probably could have got him. That was my shot.
Wow. So would you say that was the biggest fight of your career?
Oh yeah. That one and my first 8-round fight were my biggest fights. My 8-round fight was with Tom Prater from Plantation, Florida. Tom was a tough kid. You know, Tom fought everybody. You know, but he was my first 8-rounder. I had never gone more than a round or 2, knocking everybody out. And then I went with. Then Tom came around and they picked it was an 8-rounder. And I went to full 8 rounds. So I thought I won, and the newspapers thought I won, but they gave us a draw. And I was flipping out mad, you know, because I was in the back room. I was like, damn, I won that fight. I won that fight. And they said, no. So I said, okay, you know, I'm not going to argue. Then I found out later that the commission and Dundee were having
friction.
They were having problems.
And Angelo was your guy.
Yeah, and Angelo and those guys were my people. Chris Dundee. Chris Dundee was the matchmaker. Chris is Angelo's brother.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened. I was upset about it. Then I said, "This really stinks. You guys have beef with the commission, and they take it from me." And I won that fight, and they gave me a draw.
How'd you originally get connected with the Dundee brothers?
Well, I was playing football in Miami. I went to the University of Miami. Then I went to the Dolphins, and got a helmet to the knee. Got a helmet to the knee, and I was done with football because they told me you could play again, but if you get hit again, you'll have to walk with a crutch. And I said, yeah, that's out. I want to have kids. I want to be able to play football with my kid. Right now, they took me right from the field to the hospital, and I got the operation done. So I was able to walk. I was actually able to jog and everything. So I was 320 pounds, running a 4.8 40, defensive end. So I said, I got to lose weight. I'm too big. Mm-hmm. So I said, I got to get healthy. So I went to the 5th Street gym. I heard Ali was there. He's training for a fight, you know, his comeback fight. And I went in and I paid $3 to get in to train. And there was like 70, 80 people in there watching Ali. And I went in the back, got dressed, came out, and I'm hitting that heavy bag, boom, 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 boom. First I was wrapping up and jumping rope and getting warmed up, and then I would shadow box a little bit. Then I started hitting the bag. In the meantime, Ali's in the ring, shadow boxing and talking to the crowd. I'm hitting the heavy bag so hard, I throw a left hook and hit it. The bag falls down on the floor.
Wow.
So
that's some pop.
Yeah. So Angela Dunn said, "Come back tomorrow. We want to talk to you." I said, "Oh wow." So I go back the next day, and they introduced me to Dwayne Simpson. Dwayne Simpson was the trainer of the century. Dwayne Simpson is a teacher, not a trainer. He's a teacher. He teaches. He said when he walked in, he felt the building shaking. It was me hitting the heavy bag.
Wow.
He goes, "I want him. I want a white heavyweight. I want him." And that was it. And we started. And I started training. I think 2 months later, I had my first pro fight.
Did you get any sparring in with Ali?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
How was that?
Great. One day I sparred. Ali, first round I come back to the corner, they say, "You look good, you look really good." Second round I come back to the corner, they go, "You look really good, something, what's up?" I go, "I don't know, I feel good." Third round I go out there, I'm moving around, Ali bounces off the rope, hits me like 40 times. I go, "What happened?" He goes, "Oh, I was just thinking." I go, "Man, go back to thinking. Will you leave me alone? Don't ever do that again." Real gentleman though, a great guy, great guy.
Can you share any Muhammad Ali stories with us?
I fought at the Miami Beach Convention Center one night, and I don't know if this is a good story, but it's pretty good. But I'm fighting there. I knocked the guy out in the first round. Run in the back because I used to leave the convention center and go to the Bahamas with my wife. After every fight, I'd go over there for a week, run, shadow box, but relax for a week. And I go to my locker, and my locker's locked. I go, "Who locked my door? What's going on here? Who locked my door?" And nobody's around, so I'm yelling at people, "Come in here, my door's locked." And I'm trying the door. I said, "Get me a knife so I can open the door." All of a sudden, the door clicks. It opens up that much. It's Ali. He goes, "Give me 5 minutes." So I sit down. I'm waiting. 5 minutes, 10 minutes goes by. Ali comes walking out, fixing his hair. And some girl comes walking behind him, fixing her hair. He goes, "I'm the champ." I said, "Okay."
Wow.
Yeah.
Classic Ali story.
Yeah, he was great. It was, hey, he was a little bit of a womanizer, but he was a good guy.
Yeah. Well, in that position, you would think,
Yeah, every woman in the world wanted to be with Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah, who wouldn't? I mean, he was Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, that's very true. Was he a hard puncher or was he super fast? What was
fast? And don't forget, classic phrase: speed generates power.
So he wasn't. Would you say, like, where would you rank his punching power with the guys that you fought or sparred?
Top 5.
Top 5. So who would the top 5 be?
George Foreman.
Wow.
Joe Frazier. I used to have wars with Rodney Bovick, Dwayne Bovick's brother. Rodney Bovick was a heavyweight too. He used to come from Minnesota, and Angela was handling him. So we used to have wars in the gym. One day he hit me in the second round. We were going 4, 5, or 6 rounds, I don't remember. But he hit me in the second round. My knees buckled, but I caught it because I was in great shape. And we finished the round and went back to the corner. They go, "You all right?" I go, "Yeah, why?" They go, "Oh, I saw your knees buckle." But I guess they caught me with a good shot. No problem. I got water. Third round when I finished third. I finished 5 rounds. 4 rounds on the heavy bag. Second round of the speed bag, I woke up. I said, "What am I doing here? I was just in the ring."
Wow.
That's how hard I got hit.
That is a
They
punch.
said, "Hospital."
Yeah.
I had to go right to the hospital for a brain scan.
Did they find anything?
No. It was just a good shot. I got my clock rung.
It happens.
Yeah.
What was it like sparring Foreman?
Ding dong. Tough guy. Straightforward, banging out.
So when you sparred Foreman, what time period was this?
Oh God, it was right when he just came back.
Oh, so when you came back, so we're talking 90s, 80s?
Yeah.
80s, okay. So the old George Foreman.
Yeah.
So he's a little less mean. You fought the grill Foreman.
Yeah.
Not
not killer.
Yeah, not the Houston mean. Well, what was he like as a
Good guy.
Yeah.
Great. I remember when I fought on Dino Dennis and George Foreman card at Hollywood Sportatorium. I was on the undercard. And I stepped into the ring. They called me out. They thought it was my fight. So they called me out, so I stepped in the ring. George Foreman steps in the ring. I go, am I fighting Foreman? They go, no. I go, what's he doing here? They go, I don't know. So he looks at me, he goes, are you Dino Dennis? I go, no. He goes, oh, thank God.
Oh man, these are classic stories. So at the time you started out, it was 1975.
Yeah.
And you're 6'6". So at that time, you were probably the
One of
biggest
the big
heavyweight
boys. Big
at
heavyweight.
that time.
I was pretty big, yeah. I started, my weight was I told you I started at 320, but my first fight I was 258.
Wow.
Yeah, 258 at my first fight. Now, when I got on the scale at the weigh-in, the guy looked at me and went, 258? You guys trying to kill me? My opponent, you know, but I mean, he was a 1-0. I was my debut.
So what was it like then being 6'6", 258, where you think that's super huge, but now that's like the norm?
Now it's the norm. Yeah, back then I was big, but you figure I was big, right? But every time I got in the ring, I'm fighting guys I had to look up at.
Really?
Where do you get the third guy I ever fought, his name was King Kong Morris. That was his name. Perfect fit. Because I went like this. What the? I go, well, you guys trying to get me knocked off? And they said, no, get in there, just hit him. So we would go to the middle of the ring and we touch gloves. You know, we had touch gloves. I touched gloves with 2 hands. He had 1. His one covered my 2. I went, oh my God. But he was big and he went, whoa, and was slow. I ducked under, came up with a left hook, and I threw with everything I had. I threw that left hook, and he went, boom, when he hit the ground, the whole ring went, I said, please, Lord, don't let him get up.
Chop down the cherry tree.
Yeah, yeah.
What was that era like? Because you were coming at the tail end of Ali.
Yeah.
And
No, Ali was still big. Yeah, Ali was still a champ.
So like the middle to the end.
Yeah, middle to the end.
And then you retired in 81.
Yeah.
Which started pretty much the Larry Holmes era.
Yeah, exactly.
So what was that time like? Because that was the time where all the heavyweights could have been champion.
I was sparring with them all day. Anytime they came to Miami, I sparred with them, you know. But you know, I wanted boxing. I came into boxing to use boxing as a stepping stone, not to be a professional boxer as a career. I wanted to use boxing as a stepping stone to make money and invest it and stuff like that. And I started to invest money in things and in businesses in Miami. So I really got, how do I say it, disinterested when I should have stayed real interested. You know, woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Right. You
know, but if I would have really put my mind to it and broke my butt and everything like that, I probably could have been, you know, up there. You know, I mean, I got to rank 10th, and that was it. But I could have probably got a good shot and who knows? You know, you never know. I'll use a paraphrase. What was Marlon Brando? I could have been a contender.
I could have been somebody. I could have been a contender.
Yeah.
What was the era like though? So I mean, you have Ali around, you have Foreman, you have Ernie Schaefer's, you have
Ron Lyle.
Ron Lyle and George
Ron
Foreman had the
what a fight!
Lifetime.
If you ever watched that on YouTube, that has got to be the best heavyweight fight ever.
Yes.
Both of them down. George on his back, looked like he's out, like Tyson Fury was out when Wilder hit him and got up. Hey, if it wasn't for that referee, Tyson Fury never would have got a chance to finish that fight.
Do you think that Fury was knocked out?
He looked like, I mean, I don't think he was knocked out. I think he got a really good shot, went down and went, oh my God. It's late in the fight. He's laying there going, what am I going to, and then he's counting in his head. He heard the referee, the number, and I saw his lips moving, so I know he was counting. Right. So then he started to move and get up, but the referee looked at him, and he looked at the referee. If the referee would have looked at him and he didn't look at the referee, I think they probably would have stopped it.
Yeah.
But he looked at the referee, so he knew what was going on, and he got up, and then he almost knocked Wilder out.
Yeah, he did give him some hands.
Yeah, I mean,
that was a beautiful.
You know, I mean, he's too busy with this, you know, looking like a carnival act rather than getting in there, let him miss and counter. If he did a little strength and conditioning, he probably could probably have a really good legacy in boxing. If he did some strength and conditioning, I think he's just a little too weak. I think he stands a little too square. He's too square, so he doesn't have the power he should if he's standing. You know,
he doesn't have the torque on the right hand.
If he doesn't turn off that back foot, throw that right hand. If he did, he's hitting him with that full 225, 230 pounds, hitting 50 pounds, whatever he is, because he's a big boy too. He's almost 7 foot.
Yeah,
they're big guys. I mean, you know, Wilder and him are giants, but he's too busy being a showman, and I understand it. He's like Ali was. He's taking a page out of Ali's book. He's promoting himself, and that's what you're supposed to do. Promote yourself so people buy the tickets, buy those pay-per-views, right?
Yeah.
Every time they click yes for pay-per-view, money goes in your pocket.
Yeah. Would you say he's equivalent to Ali, though, with his showmanship?
No. Showmanship? He's a wannabe. Compared to Ali, he's a wannabe. Ali just knew how to get... Look, remember, Ali started, people hated him.
Yes.
They hated Muhammad Ali. They went to the fight to watch him lose.
Yes.
And all he did was win.
Yeah.
And what he said, he did. Archie Moore will fall in 4.
Yes.
You know, so I mean, he did what he said, and people hated him. Then the tide turned. They loved him, and he became the most loved athlete and most recognized face in the world.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing when you think about
How many people cried when they saw him at the Olympics, shaking, lighting that lamp?
The entire world.
The whole world was unbelievable. It was an unbelievable moment. He's one guy that's missed big time. That's one guy that people miss.
Do you think Ali would be able to hang with these super big heavyweights today?
I don't know. That's what people always say, like, you know, Tyson. Look what Buster Douglas was, a big boy. Look what he did to Tyson, you know. Tyson was strong and fast, and you know, he had a heck of a crack in his punch, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, his arms can only go so far. And you got guys like Wilder. I think Wilder punches like this. You know, he looks like he has 2 handbags in his hand. You know, like an old lady with 2 handbags swinging them. I said, I even told him that on Twitter, and he blocked me.
He blocked? Yeah, blocked you on Twitter?
I said, listen, I said, I don't hold nothing against you because your accomplishments are unsurpassed. You are the heavyweight champion of the world. You've beaten everybody. Yeah. But who is everybody? Who really? You know, okay, today in the heavyweights that are out there, you've beaten them. But who are they? Could you have beaten a Ron Lyle?
Well, that was my next question. Could Wilder have hung in the era you were in, 75 to 81?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
What would he be?
Either a trial horse or he'd probably be in the. I think he might be in the top 10 because look, again, it's his team. If he has money behind him and can pad that record, you know, you buy fights and you knock a guy out. You buy another fight, knock a guy out. Buy another fight, knock a guy out. You got 20 wins like Schwartz. Who was Schwartz that Fury fought? Never heard of him. Yeah. All of a sudden he's fighting Tyson Fury for the heavyweight championship. He's undefeated. Undefeated against who?
Yeah.
He fought 11 Girl Scouts? I mean, come on, this guy was nobody. Look, he couldn't even last 2 rounds. No. And Fury's standing there, doing this again, you know, being the clown, the carnival act, and this guy throwing and missing, and the punches are going by. I mean, the guy was, oh, come on. He's going like this, but his body's right there. His body's right there. And, excuse me, I'm sorry. And the body's right there. Why don't you hit the body? Why are you aiming at his head?
Yeah.
He's a headhunter, 17-0. He fought bums. The guy was nobody. You'll never hear from him again, Schwartz. He'll never fight again. Just like Joshua. Got in the ring with a kid. Everybody was laughing at him going, look at the fat boy. He beat Joshua to death.
Yeah.
Made him quit. Yeah. When he got up, he stumbled backwards. The referee looked and stopped the fight. If he fights him again, I was looking at something on Twitter the other day. Ruiz hitting the pads. Oh my God. He was hitting with body shots. He'll ruin Joshua. Joshua better say he got hurt in sparring and have that fight canceled.
Well, what he did, the first fight, they claimed he got knocked out in sparring and had a concussion, and then there were rumors he had a panic attack in the dressing room, and all sorts of. It wasn't like he got arrested the night before and then just ran away.
Why can't he just be honest and say I got my ass kicked?
They don't do that.
I got the ass whooping of the month club because I was stupid. I took the kid too lightly because he's fat. And, you know, I mean, look at Ruiz. What does he do after the show? At the press conference? Hey, what do you hold this to? He holds up a Snickers bar.
Yep.
They sent him a 6-foot Snicker, big one, and they're probably going to put him on commercials, and he's going to make a ton of money with Snickers.
Yeah, he can probably make millions with them right now.
Millions, because his people, his team, will push that. I mean, it was a smart move on his part, you know. He could have said McDonald's, cheeseburgers. Yeah. He could, that would have been smarter, because Snickers is, they got money, but nothing like McDonald's, bro.
No. Well, do you think Joshua was hype, or he just got caught?
All hype. Who'd he fight? He fought Klitschko at the end of Klitschko's career. Klitschko didn't even want to take that fight. He was done.
Same with Fury. That's Fury's
claim to fame. Right, claim to fame. Klitschko didn't want to fight him. Now, if Klitschko comes back and trains 8-10 weeks, comes back in strength and has his mind right, he'll beat both of them to death. But he's not. I don't think he's going to do it. I mean, if he's smart, he don't need it. The guy's a genius. Him and his brother are rogue scholars.
Yeah.
Chess masters. I mean, guys got it all. They don't need this.
Hey, but if they throw around the right numbers, 50 million, 60 million.
Of course. What do you think Mayweather's doing it for? What? He gets 300 million. You're going to say no?
Yeah.
300 million. Would you fight? Conor McGregor again? No. Why? I don't want to know 300 million. Conor McGregor never had a pro fight in his life, and Mayweather, being smart, gave him 100 million. Gave him $100 million.
What do you think about that, though? The gimmicks of it all, and
smart move on Mayweather's part. He's the promoter.
Yeah.
I mean, give me a break. The guy's the smartest promoter going. I mean, he surpassed Ali in promotion and stuff like that. Ali picked boxers and fought guys in my era, like you said, that were actual guys that could have beat him.
Yeah.
Ken Norton broke his jaw in the second round. Ali went 12 rounds, 10 more rounds with a broken jaw.
Yeah.
That's going to talk about heart. That's heart.
That's heart out of this world, man.
Right? Go 10 rounds with a broken jaw. Every time you got hit, it sent stinging pains all the way up in your head.
Then he went, I want to say, was it round 9 in the first fight that Frazier broke his jaw?
No, that was, well, I don't think it was 9. I thought it was after that. I thought it was 12.
It's one
I think it was when he went down. I think when he went down.
I think
that was the 14th round. Oh, was it? Yeah?
Because he was stumbling around.
That could have been the reason he went down. Could have. I was at the fight. I was with my father. My father, before he passed, he was a promoter, and he managed fighters, and we got tickets, ringside seats to that fight.
What was the atmosphere like? That's the fight of the century.
Those days, everybody came to the fights. All the movie stars, everybody dressed in a tuxedo, a suit. You know, that was a big thing in Ali fight, heavyweight championship. But today, they got so many alphabet belts, WBA, IBO, IBF, you don't know. There's 11 champions,
Yeah.
Like Ruiz, he woke up, he had 3 belts.
Yeah, 4.
Oh, no, I thought it was 3.
It was 4. Joshua had 4 belts.
Did he? Yeah. Woke up with 4 belts.
Yep.
How you like that? The only one left is Wilder's.
Wilder's, that's it.
Hey, Wilder better be smart. He better not jump into that. That kid can fight. Hey, listen, he has a great amateur career. Great. He's got a good amateur pedigree. The kid's got a good pedigree. Mm-hmm. So he's a little bit out of overweight, but he can fight. He hit Joshua. Joshua got hit and did this, and when he turned, Ruiz threw a hook and hit him right in the back of the head. And then when he went down, he was on Queer Street. He had no clue where he was.
He was out of there.
He was out of there. And when he got up, he stumbled backwards, and they stopped the fight. And that which was right, because he was hurt. He would have got really hurt if they let Ruiz go in. Ruiz come in again, he would have really got him.
You know what I noticed though? Bigger guys like Ruiz are usually very agile. They're very agile and very flexible and mobile, and they're deceptively.
Look at Fury. I mean, he's really flexible and mobile, but he needs, just like Ruiz, which Ruiz is doing right now. I mean, from what I see online, he's working hard to get that fat off and be representable. You know what I mean? He's the heavyweight champion of the world. can't go around looking like two-ton Tony Colento. You gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta train. You know, you gotta look the part. You know what I mean? How many people ripped up their gym memberships? What the hell do I got to go to the gym for? Look at this guy. He's chiseled. Look at this guy. He's a fat roly-poly. He knocked him out.
And he's the champion of the world.
He goes, I'm ripping my gym membership. I don't pay for no gym membership anymore.
Like you said when you went to the fight of the century, Ali versus Frazier, everyone was there. Have you ever seen a movie called American Gangster?
Yes.
With Frank Lucas, where he says he was in the front row in the chinchilla.
Yeah.
Did you see him? Because he was in the front row.
Yeah, I see him. He was with, what's his name, too? In the same movie with him, from Harlem. His name's on the end of my tongue. Another dealer with
Nicky Barnes?
Nicky Barnes.
They were at that fight
They
together.
were sitting right next to each other.
Wow. Did you get to
No.
converse with him at all?
I was only 16.
Oh, okay.
I was 16, 17.
So he had on the chinchilla, like it says in the movie.
Yep. Hey, when I went to see Duran fight Barkley, there was this pimp in 2 seats in front of me, all minked out hat, minked out long mink coat, mink gloves, everything. He had 5, 6 girls with him, and he stands up with a big wad of money. He goes, "I got all Barkley money." So I ran to the damn. I got some money. I come back. I go, I got 10,000.
Yeah.
And he goes, "You got to bet." So I took Duran and won $10,000. I ran up to the ring and I saw Duran because we knew each other. And I know his daughter too. She'll be here. His daughter, Delilah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll introduce you to her.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was like, "Hey, Campione." He called me Campione. I go, "Hey, Campione." I said, "You're the Campione. You just beat him, you know."
Yeah. And the pimp gave you the 10,000 on the spot.
Gave me the money. Right? He told me to hold it. I said, "No, I don't want to hold it. You hold it."
Okay.
I said, "I'm right here. You ain't going nowhere, especially in that coat."
You can't miss a man in a mink coat.
And a hat. The hat was this big.
Get out of here.
Big mink hat.
Wow. So they were still doing it, man.
They were out there, bro. It was there. I mean, the fights were beautiful. I mean, all the fights. You know, when you go to a championship fight that has a little bit of promotion with it, you know, it gets, you know, it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, TV's pumping it up. The fighters are pumping it up, you know. Like McGregor and Mayweather. Everybody went. There was like 50 NBA players there. There was like NFL players. There was all movie stars. Everybody was there because there was something. That's what the gimmick is. It's a gimmick. You got to find a gimmick to make that money.
Yeah, you know, and I noticed. Well, boxing and the underworld, they mix in perfectly together, but they're not any of those like faces out there anymore that are recognizable.
Probably all in prison.
Yeah, but you know, like you said, Nicky Barnes and Frank Lucas right there on the front row. That's insane.
But that's great though too. You know what I mean? I mean, you're talking about guys that are out there rocking and rolling, spending that money on a fight because it's interesting. You know, everybody wants it. It's an event that everybody wants to be at, and they had the money to be there.
Yes, that's what I feel like is missing in fight promotion right now. Is that they don't have those guys that will come, "Hey, I can't pay for my ticket with a credit card, but here's 20,000 cash.
Yeah.
Give me the first 5 rows."
Yeah.
That's missing.
Well, because they don't have the excitement in the fight. They don't make it exciting anymore. I mean, look at Al Heyman now. Al Heyman is trying to get fights on CBS or NBC. I have to get
Fox and
Fox and what's that going to do? That's going to kill the fights. He wants it to have every American family home watching the fights on a Friday night, you know, on Fox or on NBC, whatever it is, or ESPN. But that's the wrong way to go. Make the promotion big, like Ali and Frazier, Ali and Foreman Frazier, Foreman Lyle. Those were fights, you know what I mean? And you got to build them up. You got to build these guys up. But there's no, you know, I mean, there are some up and coming heavyweights right now, and you know that are going through the ranks. They're building them up.
Yeah.
I hope that they could stay true to the game, like like back in the day. You know, if they could stay true to the game, there are some good ones coming up.
Do you think that Wilder and Joshua is still an interesting fight?
If I was Wilder, I'd be pushing for that fight because that guy, Joshua. I think Joshua's done. I don't think he's going to fight again.
Yeah. If
he takes this rematch, he's done. Done. Ruiz will ruin him.
I have him getting knocked out in about 1 or 2 if he fights for Ruiz again.
Yeah, Ruiz ain't playing. He can fight, and he's coming. He's coming with everything he's got. I mean, he's got nothing to lose. This kid.
Nothing. Hey, the man made me $1,400.
Yeah, you took it, right?
Because I have no confidence in Joshua's stamina.
Right, and not only that, the big one was he took that fight at a month's notice. He just fought.
Yeah.
And I watched that. And I watched that fight. And I said to myself, "Oh my God, who's this guy? He can fight. Okay, he's a roly-poly, but he can fight."
Yeah.
And I looked him up and I said, "Wow, I didn't know this kid he could fight like that." All of a sudden, the next day, and stupid, what's his name, Miller, Baby Miller.
Oh my gosh.
What's on his mind? Everybody's looking at Joshua because he's chiseled. You know, he looks like a Greek god. That's steroids. That ain't. He didn't have no body like that. It's steroids. He's black. So steroids, and because he's black, he has a body like that.
Yeah.
So the commission said, "Yeah, well, we're going to test him. We'll test both these." He comes up positive. Joshua was clean.
That's crazy, right?
Lost $7 million. Ruiz got it. Imagine that. He lost $7 million. I'd be home banging my head against the wall.
$7 million and
a chance to win the title because he could have knocked. He would have had 4 belts.
He would have been the biggest name in boxing, just like
Baby Miller. Imagine that, winning from Brooklyn, kid from Brooklyn winning the title.
A New Yorker.
Yeah, New Yorker, right? Yeah. In a long time.
Maybe Briggs. No, Briggs. Was it Briggs or Tyson? Maybe.
Tyson.
Yeah, it was the last one because Briggs never had the belt. He fought for the belt.
But imagine that though. Would that have been a show?
I'm sorry, Riddick Bowe.
Oh, that's right, Riddick Bowe.
Riddick Bowe. Yeah.
No, Tyson was after Bowe.
Did he have the belt after Bowe?
I think so.
Tyson won it, what, 3 times?
Yeah, he had it after Bowe. Then Tyson fought Holyfield.
Holyfield, that's right. Yeah, Holyfield.
I think. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, my memory's not the best either.
I get it mixed up somewhere.
Yeah. There's so many fighters, so many.
So the New York amateur scene is always amazing, and you actually fought Larry Holmes in the amateur.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. That must have been like
another time. I was training really hard. I went to Elizabeth. I only had 4 fights, but they put me in an open class. And Larry, I won my first fight. Larry won his first fight. So we were fighting for the title in Elizabeth. Man, he had that jab. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I felt like my head was on a spring. Bang, bang, bang. So he got me. So I was upset about it, but he got me. And better man won that night.
Was it a particularly hard jab or?
Yes, very hard. Yeah, he had. I say Holmes had one of the best jabs in the business.
So who would you say top 3 jabs?
Ali, Holmes.
Let's just take those 2 since you sparred or fought both, either of the gentlemen. Who had the better jab of Holmes and Ali?
That's tough. That's a tough one. I'm prejudiced. I would take Ali, but Holmes had a really, really, really good jab.
What was the difference in the 2 jabs?
Holmes was straight out. Ali used to flip his.
Ah.
Ali's gloves at the end of the fight were like socks. You could take them. They were like so soft. His hands were moving, grab you, pull you. You know, Ali was unbelievable showman. I mean, he knew the game.
Oh, so he used to pull you in?
Anything, whatever he's winning that fight.
Yeah. Well, did he do any dirty moves in sparring? Like
No. He's just so good. He didn't need to.
Yeah. So you were gonna fight in the Olympic trials, and there was an incident before.
Yeah. If it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have none at all.
Yeah.
I was on my way up to West Point. Busload of fans. I win the first fight. So I lived in North Jersey, so we're going home. We're going to go home. We're not going to stay up there. So I go home. On the way home, we stop at Greenwood Lake. A place called TG's, Tommy Granatel's. We're in there. It's like 4,500 people in the place. It's a nightclub on the water. And everybody's drinking and having a good time. But I'm 17 years old. I'm not drinking. I'm with my first girlfriend. We were together. I drove, and there was 2 busloads of my fans there, my father and all his friends. Everybody's having a good time. And I go up to my dad and say, I'm going to leave. I'm getting tired. I want to go home. So I go upstairs and tell the guy to get in my car. I give him my valet ticket. I look outside. There's this much snow on the ground. I got a GTO judge. I go, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm going to end up in the reservoir, I said, because the Montague Reservoir, we have to ride along it to go home. So I go downstairs and I get my girl. I say, okay, we're getting ready to go. Two guys were playing pool about 10 feet away to the left of us. One guy wins. The one guy wins, and he tells the other guy, what do you want to drink? I'll go get it for you. The other, like the loser says, what do you want to go get it? He goes, I want scotch on the rocks. He goes, gives the guy the scotch on the rocks. When he comes back, his girlfriend, the guy who won's girlfriend, no, the guy who lost his girlfriend, has a blue dot where her nipple is. So the guy goes, what's that? What happened? He goes, he stuck me in the breast with the pool stick. He goes, what? So he goes over. The guy's got the drink. He pushes him. The guy goes down, gets up, throws the glass at the guy. The guy ducks, comes all the way across the room. He's going to hit my girl in the back of the head. I push her out of the way, and I get it. And this whole part of my face was missing.
What? It
crushed on my face. My nostril was split in half. My lip was split, and this whole part of my face was missing. So I see my cheekbone. I couldn't see it. I was in the bar. But I went like that, and my hand filled up with blood like in a second. I went, oh, Christ. I said, I need a bar towel. I got a bar towel. And I took the bar towel, and I walked over to the guy who threw the glass. He goes, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I ripped his wallet out of his pocket. I said, I'll give it back to you in a little while. And I took the wallet and put it in my front pocket. And we left. I said, we got to get to a hospital. So I went upstairs. I tell the owner, can you take me to the hospital? He goes, Lou, I got 4,500 people in the place. I can't take you. I go, I got to go to the hospital. Look at me. He goes, I'm sorry. What am I going to do? I got 45. I can't leave. So I tell my girl, let's go. My friend gets in the back seat. I put my seat back. He's putting towels on my face. And we drive all the way to Chilton Memorial Hospital from Greenwood Lake, Pequannock. We drive all the way to Pequannock, where I live in Wayne, which is the next town. Mm-hmm. And they stitched me up 365 stitches. 60 on the inside, the rest on the outside. And I ended up suing the bar, and I got a big chunk of money, and that's what I lived on when I was boxing in Miami.
Oh, wow.
I didn't have to work, and I was doing well.
Wow. So things kind of work out in a strange way.
And when I had the scar, I showed Angela the scar when I was there. I said, I can't fight. I got a big scar here, and I got a big lawsuit. He goes, how much do you think you're gonna make with the lawsuit? Enough, get a start.
Yeah.
He says, you're gonna make 10 times that. You're white. You're a heavyweight.
Yeah.
I said, oh, okay.
75. Oh my gosh.
So I said, okay, and then that was it. I started.
So were they trying to push you as a great white hope?
A great white dope.
Was that like the marketing plan though, to push you as a great white hope?
Anybody that was white, they were trying to push that,
I mean, to your knowledge, was that
they had me booked to fight Cooney. But Cooney's manager called and said, why are we going to fight Louis? Two white guys, there's no win. Pick somebody else. And that's what happened.
Why do you think race plays such a strong part in boxing?
It plays a strong part in America, not in boxing, in America. That's the problem with this country. Not a problem. It's getting much better. It's getting a lot better. I'm very funny when it comes to race. I mean, my stepmom is black. I have sisters that are black. But I'm funny with that, because I say, all these people so bad, so poor, and you go drive through. So even here in Florida, you could drive through some of these neighborhoods. It's bad. Coconut Grove. On one half of Coconut Grove, there's billions of dollars. On the other half of Coconut Grove, they have outhouses. Yeah.
Whoa, outhouses?
Yeah. You go drive around.
I've been to Coconut Grove, but I've been around the $1 billion house side.
Yeah, you go take a ride. Go look. Yeah. There's houses there. Guys are paying $2,000 to $1,800 for shacks to live in, because they're ignorant. Nobody tells them, you don't have to live there. You can live in an apartment. Yeah. Nobody tells them. So they live there, and that's what happens. It's bad. But with all that going on, and all these black athletes making millions, making hundreds of millions. Yeah. Why they always want to blame the white guy? I'm like, you make millions. What are you talking about? Help your people. What are you doing? Are you building any schools? Are you building any hospitals in the ghetto? Are you building any housing for them in the ghetto? What are you doing? Are you helping out at all? At all? No, they're all about them.
Cars, clothes, and jewelry.
Just like, what's his name? The basketball player. What's his name? The place for LA now. Goes from team to team to team.
Oh, LeBron?
LeBron. He grew up in the ghetto in Cincinnati.
Cleveland. He
Cleveland.
actually opened up a school out there.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He opened up a school in.
Then I take that back. Thank God for LeBron. He's doing something, you know.
Yeah.
And you know what? The bottom line is it's a tax write-off. Making the kind of money they're making, if you build a school and it's a public school to help kids, it's a tax write-off. You don't have to pay. It costs you $10 million to build it. Yeah. So your taxes might be $10 million that year. Now you have no taxes.
Hey.
I mean, it's simple. You give it to that kids, give it to your people, or give it to Uncle Sam. What do you want to do? Nobody thinks of it that way.
Yeah.
They're all like this.
Hoarding that money.
They're all like this.
They don't want to give up a penny of it.
No, man. Nobody wants to give up nothing.
So back to the bottle incident with the cut. When I think about the cut, right, that you got over here.
It wasn't a bottle. It was a rock glass, like scotch on the rocks.
Oh, rock glass. So you had a cut right there. And throughout your career, you worked with Floyd Pacheco,
Yeah.
the fight doctor, one of the probably the best cut man ever.
He became the fight doctor because of me.
So tell me about this.
Well, when I went to fight Tate, before the incident with the police, we were having breakfast with Brett Musburger. Brett Musburger, me, and Floyd Pacheco were having breakfast. And Brett Musburger is telling us, I got a problem. Gil Clancy had to leave. His wife was sick, and he had to leave. I don't have a commentator now, you know, co-host. And I said to him, why don't you use Ferdy? Ferdy's the best. He talks the fight every minute. Use him. He's the best. He's one of the best. And he's got a good speaking voice, and he's very personable. So he goes, Ferdy, you want to give it a shot? Ferdy goes, why not? Boom. Making all that money never gave me a shot. Never gave me a, you know.
Never hit you off with anything?
You know what I'm saying? A cheap bastard. And he's an artist. You know, Ferdy was an artist. Did you know that?
No.
Oh my God, you can look him up online. You see his art is beautiful. And I always said to him, yo, can I have one painting maybe?
Really?
He goes, I'll give it to you cheap. You're Cuban? I don't think you're Cuban. I think you're another.
I know what you're about to say.
No, I didn't say nothing. I don't think you're Cuban.
So he used to paint. Did he used to? I mean, he painted. Did he paint?
He had boxing scenes, Cuban scenes. You know, from down in Miami. You know, about the Cuban community and stuff. Some of his paintings were about that. Some of his paintings were about some famous people. And he did a card. He did a little sketch of me. I was sitting like this with my headgear on, waiting to go in the ring to spar. I had headgear, gloves, cup, and I'm sitting there. And there was a little guy at the gym, little skinny guy, old guy, used to clean the gym. Real raggedy looking guy, skinny. And his cigar was bigger than his arm. And he used to walk around with a cigar, and his name was Sully. And he's looking at me like this, and he's pointing to me going like this. And at the bottom it said advice. And he sold that to Hallmark for a card, and he made a lot of money. And another never hit me off.
Get out of here. He sold you as a greeting card to Hallmark and didn't hit you off with anything?
I called him and asked him for the drawing. He sent me a copy.
He sent you a copy. He wouldn't even send you the original.
I asked him, could I have that? Could I have that? I'd like to have that for my kids. Hey.
Yeah. They hoard that money, man.
Hey, that's the way the name is. And he had Rolls Royces. He used to collect Rolls Royces.
Really?
He had like 7 or 8 of them.
What?
Yeah, he used to collect them, old ones, new ones. You know, he had a lot of them.
And he didn't give you your greeting card money?
He didn't give me nothing. I got him a job with he was the fight doctor because of me, and he got the greeting card. He drew a picture of me, sold it, and never even came and asked me permission.
Can't even get a hot dog.
No, right, not even a hot dog or a Cuban sandwich.